This is Pep Guardiola, the manager of Manchester City, helping them Premier League after Premier League and even delivering them their first ever Champions League. But this season they're shambles. 4-0 to Tottenham, yeah, that's mental. 2-0 to the best team in the world, I don't mind actually. So Pep Guardiola has just been sacked and I'll be taking over Manchester City, but there's a bit of a twist. You see, I'm not taking over AI, the sweet pretty little girl called CHATGPT. My dreams of being Man City manager are now down the drain, and I have to trust ChatGPT to make the best signings possible. How on earth are we gonna make this Man City team the best team in the world? We need to change formations first, but that's because of AI. And instead we should play, ask mommy over here what we should play. So we switched over to the 4-2-3-1 formation, and that's when I realized that the City team has players like Phil Foden and Ruben Diaz, and even a 91 rated Erling Haaland, and you just know that AI just has to ruin stuff for us. So a challenge called the 1-2, but that's not the only challenge. We also have the 85 overall rule which could stop us, which states that any player over the 85 overall can be sold to any team that comes in an offer. So Erling Haaland can even go to Bayern, and this might stop us from winning the Champions League and the Premier League. And now AI chose number 1, and you know what that means. Ruben Diaz, Erling Haaland, anyone over 85 overall had to go. And our City team went from looking strong to looking like an absolute relegation squad. Wait, why is Edison still here? A 79 rated Stefan Ortega at the back. You just know we're gonna lose. There we go, all our important players are being transfer listed. Bernardo Silva even joined our rivals. Okay, you know what guys, honest, our midfield is genuinely not that bad. We have Nico Gonzalez and Matías Núñez, but we could do with a bit of an improvement. But AI is going to be there to stop us. It had to choose between 1 and 2. And if it chose number 1, we'd have to sign the lowest rated CDMs in the Prem. But if it chose 2, I get to sign my own CDMs. And it finally chose right, it chose number 2. But now it had to choose between a number from 1 to 5. It chose 1 would get the Premier League. If it chose 5 would get the Bundesliga. And it chose 3rd, meaning we get to sign our very own 2 CDMs from Serie A. Meaning I get to sign the Algerian Ismail Benacer from AC Milan, and of course we had to include Ilkay Gundogan to get rid of him. And like I said, Bernardo Silva will be going to Manchester United, Erling Haaland will be joining Real Madrid, and Rodri will be going to Chelsea. At this point we're just helping all the big teams. And for the second CDM signing, we decided to sign Manuel Locatelli from Juventus. We actually use him in our Roma rebuild. So just like that, since it chose number 3, we get to sign players from Serie A, meaning a CDM from AC Milan, Ismail Benacer, and another CDM from Juventus, Emmanuel Locatelli. And we had to include Kevin De Bruyne. He literally took a downgrade. So therefore guys, we have improved our CDMs, but now we need to focus elsewhere, which is on those flanks. I don't think Lewis is going to be able to do it, but we got an offer from Bayern Munich for a certain player. It was Ruben Diaz for Olise on the wing, but AI had to come in and ruin everything. Imagine him at City. And yeah, as soon as I started negotiating, that's when I realized that, wait a second, I didn't ask AI for this. And about Olise, I asked if there's a swap deal from Bayern Munich, and also I should accept, and it said I should reject the deal for Ruben Diaz. Oh my days, I literally almost had this as a done deal. If AI wasn't here, everything would be fine. 724 million in the bank. All the transfers have backed us up, and even the board at some point. But for that flank, I really want to sign Federico Di Marco, of course from Inter. That's all I had in mind. It had to choose number 1 and 2. If it chose 2, we'd get the wrong signings, but thank the heavens it said we could always keep on signing. For the left back, it said we can sign Federico Di Marco from Inter Milan. He did reach the Champions League final, and he did miss a goal. Oh, and also guys, to help us, we also have wild cards in the game, meaning we could put AI to the test between a number 1 and 2 series for any signing that I want, meaning I could even sign Vinny, but he's over the 85 overall. It had to choose a number from 1 to 5. It chose 3, meaning we get to sign from the 3rd best league in the world, Serie A, again. And for the right back spot, it meant we could sign Giovanni Lorenzo, but he's exactly on the 85 overall, meaning that we cannot sign him. So this wildcard is going to have to go elsewhere, which is PSG. So for that right back spot from Liga, I decided to sign PSG's right back, Akraf Hakimi, for just 70 million. That is a much better holding improvement, but we have Genotek and Go. I'm going to be using my wildcard again, and if it chose number 2, we'd have to sign the lowest rated goalkeeper in the game. And guys, just like that, Ruben Diaz will be joining Liverpool, our rivals, strengthening them. If it chose number 2, it meant that we would sign the lowest rated goalkeeper, but I found a twist around it. It said I should sign Mignan from AC Milan. So that's exactly what I did. So we cashed in on Mike Mignan, and just like in the goalkeeper spot, we've better improved. There we go, guys. Mike Mignon, the French international, Federico De Marco as well in the game, Akraf Hakimi, who actually surprised us in this rebuild with AI, Ismail Benacer, and Manuel Locatelli, of course, for the CDMs. There's just the whole Serie A team. Omar Marmoush is absolutely good in real life, so he's put... Well, Phil Foden, what are you doing here? We're going to be releasing you, my guy. Our first real test of the season will be against Arsenal on the Community Shield. But the fun stops right here because we still have to find youth academy players. And we could even find the next Florian Wirtz if we wanted to. But we had to choose a number between 1 and 2. I was actually holding the Netherlands, but it made the complete opposite. I wanted someone like Nathan Ake, Cody Gakpo in the team. But it gave us 2, meaning we had to sign 2 academy players in the team. And one of the youth academy scouts was sent to Argentina to maybe even find the next Pep Guardiola's Lionel Messi. And the next sending is to Croatia because of AI. This is pretty much the dumbest place I've ever gone to. There we go, guys. 2 scouts in the team. Let's see if these guys can give us Champions League success. And next we had to find the perfect play style, but we couldn't because we had to ask AI, but it gave us tiki-taka. That's absolutely fine. Anyone would have worked anyways. Well, you're probably thinking, if you got the tactical vision, then you can probably get any coach management you want. Well, no, that's the complete opposite because AI still decides everything for us. So let us choose a number between 1 and 2. If it chose 1, our players will probably decrease in overall. But if it chose 2, which it did, it means we get to hire some more coaches for the team. And finally, we're playing against Arsenal, our first ever competition to see how it performed. And this is how it went. We had the first chance in the game, but of course, Omar Marmoush had to get pocketed. And on the attack, we were finally getting marked over and over again. But finally, Omar Marmoush had a chance, but David Raya stopped him. And I had the best free kick of all time. That was quite literally the worst free kick of all time. But finally, Omar Marmoush from Savio with an assist. He finally get the goal in the back of the net. And finally, we got our first trophy, which is probably the last trophy we'll probably win. Because trust me, later in the video, you'd be shocked how many trophies we've won. But wait a second, we are still short in some objectives from the AI. We still need something to accomplish this season. We have the complete opposite. We have youth development, 5 goals and 5 assists from our youth academy players. This is not looking good. Youth player of the year. There's not even a young player of the year in the game. Unbeaten streak with the defense that we have and clean sheets with our defense. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. These objectives were pretty difficult, but the next one was domestic dominance, which is to win the league title and domestic cups. Well, we're not even in the Champions League, so I don't even know how we're going to even win the Premier League, yet alone the FA Cup. Let's call that the double. But up next in the Premier League, we're playing against the relegation side, which is of course Vincent Kompany's former team, Burnley. And this is how it went. We had the first free kick chance, the first game, and we literally can't score headers for our lives. And Burnley finally had their first chance, but Mike Mignon to the Premier League actually had a good save. That game actually ended up as a draw, and this showed me that this team is really not ready for the Premier League yet. Up next, we're playing against Newcastle, but the player that I had a problem with the most was actually Jack Grealish. This guy could not dribble for his life, but he actually proved me wrong. Okay, you know what? Maybe those calves can actually work. Not 100 million though. See what I did there? We won 2-1 against Newcastle United, and I was wondering what our youth academy looked like. We found a guy called Esteban Rey from Argentina, of course, maybe the next Messi. And from Croatia, we found someone called freaking Slavan Dragovic as a centre-back position. Okay, you know what? They're fairly good rated, guys. I'm not gonna lie. But we're gonna have to be promoted them, and we had to choose a number between 1 and 2. If it was 2, it means I'd probably sit on the bench and not start, but of course it had to choose 1, meaning we had to start our youth academy play over John Stones, which is absolutely depressing. And it's not just him, it's also Savio. If we actually want these players to even grow and go further, we need them to on development plans. So that's exactly what I did to Esteban Rey and Slavan Dragovic. It's time to sim through the season. And yeah, guys, trust me, end of the season, things did not go so well. Well, let me say halfway, because Hakimi, out of all players, was actually 7 goals and 4 assists over our main striker. To be honest, we didn't even have someone to compete with him. Jack Grealish was actually up there at 85 overall. Savi as well having a good season. Everyone is having a pretty good season, but Omar Marmoush needs to improve, guys. He's good at City this season, and none of our players even got one. Okay, they got 1 game each, but not even a goal or an assist. And one of the objectives was, of course, to get one of them to score 5 goals and 5 assists in the league. But that didn't happen. But you know what happened? Stoke City. Later in the video, Stoke City would go on to hunt us, and in the Premier League, we're doing absolutely okay. 20th spot. I mean, 20 points. 42 points, third in the league. Wait a second, Arsenal, the ballers are above us. This is quite interesting. End of the season, my job is on the line. I'm literally about to get sacked, but we have to play West Ham, and Omar Marmoush has stepped up. 18 goals, 2 assists. Akraf Hakimi as well. Everyone's having a pretty good season, but Jeremy Doku surprised me by coming out of nowhere. And in the Premier League, we came pretty close to the Premier League title, just 1 point behind Liverpool, but the only game that could determine you can't read the stuff. Stoke City knocked us out again. It was time to take on West Ham in the Premier League, our first ever piece of competition. If we win this game, we'll probably win the league. Or maybe not, because we had our first chance with Esteban and Ray. And you know what? He's actually not that bad. This is literally Messi, guys. Well, maybe not because he got tackled. And West Ham decided to ruin our day. Yeah, guys, Mohamed Kudus, number 16 for some reason, is actually overpowered. And we had our first chance, but of course Newcastle had to defend us. Guys, the Premier League is literally on the line. I have to make some changes for this. If you want to go on and win the Premier League after Liverpool, we need to make some changes. And changes I did make, and let's just say Omar Marmoush pressed very well, and he might have got the goal into the back of the net, which is exactly what he did, scoring his 90th goal of the season. But sadly, our Premier League dreams came to an end. Liverpool won their game. This ended up as a 1-1 draw, and my job was on the line. But thank the heavens, guys, ChatGPT will be keeping its job and not getting sacked. Finally, we have new beginnings. Maybe AI will allow us to remove that 85 plus overhaul. And so you thought. Yeah, guys, all the objectives from last season, AI said it said we can start on a new slate, which is absolutely amazing. But something that isn't amazing is that 85 plus overhaul that could affect us. And this season, we had to choose a number from 1 to 5. It chose 3, which is the number it was not supposed to choose, meaning we have to keep the 85 over. And I was literally about to bust it. It told me not to bust. What? Guys, literally all our most important players are going to be leaving. The signings that we made from last season, Manuel Locatelli, Ishmael Benassin to the City team, they helped us finish second and secure Champions League. But sadly, we're going to have to be releasing them, but I have to use my wild card. Every season, our wild fresh, and I told it to find a world class and players under 85 overall. It doesn't know what FC24 is. This is when I started losing things, guys. How did you give me Puma counter at an 84 overall? And even, my days, guys, I was literally, but it told me a certain someone about PSV, Cody Gakpo, Yar. You guys know me and my Dutch players, guys. I have to keep them, so you already know. It told me to sign Frimpong and Nubert from Herenveen. Don't get me wrong, they're Dutch. But what the hell are these signings they tell me? I told her to think outside the box. But we'll get the Cody Gakpo signing over the line on the right wing spot. Oh my days, guys. This actually looks disgusting, man. Why is he in a City shirt? Meta AI did allow me to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold because that is a transfer offer that we did get, guys, in the swap deal for Hakimi. But that'll have to wait because I also have to sign Ryan Gravenberch, which was actually in the deal. That's 2 more Liverpool players. Make that 3 with Giorgio Mamardashvili with 64.3 million spent in the bank. And another former Liverpool player is Fabinho that it said we could sign. And of course, the final signing we had to make was Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. That's like what, 5 former and current Liverpool players right now for just 100 million. And finally, it's about time we began the season. No more objectives actually from the game. But look at the amount of players that signed. Cody Gakpo from Liverpool. Another signing in Gravenberch. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Fabinho as well. This is a whole Liverpool team. It's not even a City team. And the only was to win the Premier League and the UEFA Champions League, which are my objectives because they didn't give us any objectives. And another objective from AI actually is to not lose to Manchester United. Let's just say that we might have done the complete opposite until we got to injury time. Haaland had the first chance, but a Dutch Nathan Ake had to take him out to keep our title hopes alive. And finally, just before we entered in injury time, Ryan Gravenberch decided to score to get the opening goal. And just right after that, we had another goal with Matías Núñez coming into the back of the net. And now it is finally about time. We found our Champions League group draw. Atletico Madrid, Olympique Marseille, and Bombay also here. But let's try and see if we can win our first game against Atletico, which went pretty well with Cody Gakpo with a very good shot past Oblak, putting that into the back of the net. Pretty showing how good he is. I love Dutch players. We actually managed to win 2-1, meaning Cody Gakpo with the brace showed exactly what this guy is exactly all about. Now in the Premier League, where we're fighting for the title, yeah, we did the complete opposite. Fourth place, like Tottenham is first. Guys, how on earth is Tottenham first? Oh my god! I was just tweaking right there. Let's see who Tottenham actually have to be first in the Premier League. They have Mickey van der Ven. Okay, that makes sense. He's Dutch, so of course. Why are you always glazing Dutch players, Valitek? Why? And you know what, guys? We did finish second in the group stages, but now we have to move on to the round of 16, where we're not playing Atletico, but we are playing, of course, a German side in Bayern Munich. It was a German side, Bayern Munich, where we sold a certain player and Olisa was supposed to come. But wait, did I just say come? David Upamecano was part of the AI, but he was 85 overall, meaning we can't sign him. This is the City team that we have at the end of the season. It actually does not look pretty much that bad. But now we have to take a good look at the stats, and Omar Marmoush delivered 22 goals, 4 assists as well in 48 games. Gravenberch pretty much stacking up 15 goals and 7 assists from our player right under him, Jeremy Doku, who again just came out of nowhere. Our new signings as well actually performed pretty well. DeMarco and Trano was actually 10 assists. And now the Premier League is something that we have to take a good look at. And yeah, things did not end well here. We did not even manage to finish top 2. We literally dropped, and so did Liverpool. Spurs ended up winning because they have Mickey van der Ven because he's Dutch. And Stoke City 1-0. Guys, you can't hide the stuff. You can't hide the stuff. Stoke City is haunting us. Bayern Munich in the group stages, quarterfinals, we got Athletic Bilbao. Now we're playing Inter in the semi-finals. In the final, we're playing against Pep Guardiola's former team, Barcelona. And oh my days, Gravenberch just had to get injured in the Champions League final. Look at how good this team is. Now the question remains, has AI been able to build a very good team? Well, this final against Barcelona will actually decide that. Put in the comment section down below if you guys just saw what I saw. And immediately, we had the first chance of the game, and this is exactly what happened. Barcelona were not playing around. They really won that Champions League, and Lewandowski really did exactly just that for them. But Jack Grealish running down on the wings. Of course, he had to get the ball in the back of the net. But Omar Marmoush had to stop it. And now, this was the chance that we really had. Just before the 45th minute mark, well, it was 45 minutes, and Locatelli, the number 14 of the team, smashed the goal in the back of the net. And Barcelona, with Lamine Yamal in the team, decided to take everything down from us. AI had not been able to do everything. Why on earth? So there is your question, guys. It has officially been answered. AI cannot help you win the Champions League. We literally just lost 2-1 to them right now, which is absolutely amazing. Guys, never trust AI ever again with your work. If you guys want to do career mode, just know. But if you want to be part of the new team of the year, make sure to click that subscribe button, guys, and make sure to comment down what rebuild you guys would like next, maybe more challenges. And I think YouTube wants you to watch one of these 2 videos here on the screen, which is something you should do. And let's just see if they're correct. Maybe AI can help you with that.